shut this motherfucker down.
Welcome to the 21st Century Suffragettes cast. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Thank you, family.
We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
That's the way we do it here at 21st Century Suffragettes. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we have got, I'm Diane Russell.
This motherfucker down.
Yes, exactly. I'm Diane Russell. We've got Lindsay with us and Dr. Aida. Benny is still out sick. So,
love you, Benny. Hope you feel better.
Yeah, she's probably lurking right now. And so we all love you, Benny. We wish you well. And you get well soon and come back to us. Damn it. Soon. So anyway, there's so much to get to. It's not like there's not a shitload of fucking news that's been, thrown at us. There's so many videos that I want to play today that are too long to play on the show. So what I'm going to do is play a clip, and then we're going to drop the link in the chat so you guys can pull it up and finish watching them later because I'm telling you, you guys, there's so much shit that's coming out right now, especially about the Epstein files. I'm not even talking about what's still going on with ICE. I can't even get to the ICE stuff or any of the other fuckery. I want to kind of concentrate on the Epstein files. And I'm like, should we start doing an Epstein file show and then a fucking ICE show and then this show? Because you know what? It's too much. It's too goddamn much. It's overload of the brain, and I'm literally, my head is spinning.
Sarah Longwell, after Renee Good was shot, twittered, they're gonna release more Epstein files to distract from Minnesota, and that is exactly what they fucking did. That's exactly what they did. Minnesota has gotten so bad, and it's even worse today. I saw some stuff today. If we get it, you know what? Just take me along for the ride. I'm strapped in, Diane.
I think there was much more because they knew that the Documelania was going to flop so badly, so they had to release the files very quickly so they wouldn't see the disaster.
And I've got...
Well, it's hilarious because it is seriously fucking backfiring if they thought that this was going to help them in any way, shape, or form.
No, you've got 38,000 mentions of Trump, Melania, and Mar-a-Lago. You have 5,300 direct references to Trump himself. You've got 3 million pages, 80,000 documents, and 9,000 plus mentions of Putin. You've got 8,000 mentions of pizza or furniture or all this weird shit. And we're all going, okay, this is all code language, code words. And it's clearly obvious when they're like, oh, is this a pro or what did they say? Pro or just like a regular person. I don't know. So anyway.
So one thing that this drop, see, every single drop, whoever is in the FBI that's supposed to be making these redactions of Dinky have conveniently fucked up in a way that other people, if they're fucking around, can figure out. The notepad copy and pasting it, last time it took out all the redacted stuff. Well, this time they hid shit behind misspellings of Trump's name. And I don't know if it's been corrected or not, but like Trimp or Trummo or that kind of stuff, where if you type a misspelled Trump name, Dinky name, you can get information and it's related to Trump.
And then there's evidence that there was like 1,700 mentions of his name. And then today there's 1,500 mentions of the name. So we already know that they're taking fucking shit out like they did when it was first fucking dropped. So
he always expects if he threatens people, they will do what he wants. And that is not fucking true with the FBI or the American people.
Well, wait a minute. We don't know. And I got something to fucking read to you. And that's what I wanted to do about the research live during the show. So I reached out to, our little text chain and I was like, can you guys get to a place where you can have 2 devices where you can look something up while I'm reading this, and we can do a live research thing. But there's a few videos I want to get to before we even get there because, well, first Tony wants to play something, and then I want to play something, and then we'll get into this fucking deep dive. So, Tony, what was the first thing that you wanted to play again? Oh, it's Bowie.
Different tools for the job.
Oh, wow. Now he's got to get rid of the... David Bowie. Yes, David Bowie.
Okay. Okay.
Rock and roll sensation.
I don't know any other Bowies. So.
David Bowie. Catherine, Benny's still sick. She's out sick. Believe me, honey, she's lurking. She's watching. She's watching the chat right now. So if you want to say anything to Benny, you can do it in the chat. She's here. She's just not on the panel today. She's still not feeling well. And that's just how it is.
I don't think we've even seen the tip of the iceberg. I think the potential of what the internet is going to do to society, both good and bad, is unimaginable. I think we're actually on the cusp of something exhilarating and terrifying.
It's just a tool, though, isn't it?
No, it's not. No. No, it's an alien life form.
What do you think? I mean, when you think then about the
Is there
future
life
of it-
on Mars? Yes, it's just landed here.
But it's simply a different delivery system there. You're arguing about something more profound.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about the actual context, and the state of content is going to be so different to anything that we can really envisage at the moment, where the interplay between the user and the provider will be so in simpatico. It's going to crush our ideas of what mediums are all about.
When was that, Joni?
1999.
God damn, dude. Was that the year he put out I'm Afraid of Americans? Because those two, that goes hand in fucking hand with that warning too.
No. No. No, because 1999. No, because he died a couple years ago. When he Afraid of Americans is, closer to when he died, which had to have been in the.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. That was no. That came out when I was like junior high or high school.
Really?
Yeah. Google.
Sorry, don't know. Anyway, my timeline is all screwed up anyway because I'm like. Now that I'm thinking and reading about all the stuff that happened in the 90s and the 80s, and I'm thinking about, what was, TVs and movies and blah, 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 and all the stuff. 1997. That came out.
Okay. I was going to say, it came out whenever Trent Reznor looked like he looked in the Closer music video. That's in my brain in the music video with I'm Afraid of Americans.
Right.
So I knew it was around late 90s.
Right. So anyway,
Give her some stickers.
Yeah.
Give me some stickers. And Diane, what I will say about this, it's only because you have more life experience than I do. The 80s and 90s for me is my childhood, so it's a lot more like vivid, and I watched a lot more TV then, and movies came out, and I have like better reference points because those times were more significant for me because I was coming of age. Yeah. Where you had other shit going on in your life, like you had a band, you were in college, you were doing things. So
True.
Things kind of went by the waist. Not, there were other shit in your life more than like the news that was going on.
And if you think about it, like when I was in college, I was in Chicago. I was listening to blues. I was going to blues bars. I was going to open mic nights there. I was like, I don't know what's going on in the music scene. The real, what year was that for you? What years were that for you?
That was
90 to 93.
90 to 93. I had started kindergarten and into second grade, and I wasn't even listening.
Give her a pacifier.
I'm sorry. This is but this is why we have this
reality check. Reality check, and way to make me feel old, bitch.
Exactly.
That's the whole fucking point. I'm on the show is to just illustrate
I totally get it.
What experiences in life were important for me were not the same that were important for you at an age, whatever.
1993, I was at the Globe Bar at the 40 Watt with REM and teaching.
Yeah. She was hanging out with fucking REM. Jesus. In Georgia. How great is that?
Yeah.
That's me in the spot.
Okay, so this is a new thing that's coming up, and because we're the 21st century suffragettes, I think all the ladies in the audience need to know about this one. And this comes from our good friend, Lee McGowan from Politics Girl.
Oh, man.
And
she's going to make me angry.
Well...
No, I mean, I'm going to be fine with it. I'm just saying, like...
She's calling it like it is, and guess what? We are the new enemy, ladies. We are the new enemy of the state. Go ahead, play the video.
So I'm seeing a lot of this these days.
What's crazy is I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, you liberal women, because y'all are the worst. The white liberal women are
Liberal white women have got to be the worst thing that's ever happened to this country.
One of the biggest threats in America right now is the white liberal American woman. They are so fucking radical.
White women, liberal white women are what is wrong with this country.
Fucking sick of the left and the media and all these white liberal women. Just go back to the house. Just go back to the house and make some cookies, man. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, do I think liberal white women are more damaging than like Islamic terrorists? Probably.
It appears that the right wing has a new enemy, a new group to target. ICE has already shifted how people feel about immigrants, even illegal immigrants, because everyone watching what our country has become as the government tries to eradicate them is pretty disgusted by what they're seeing. This horror that is being inflicted on cities like Minneapolis and children like Liam Ramos and citizens like Alex Preddy isn't serving to harden people against this enemy from within, but rather making people question their biases. Maybe we don't care that much if everyone is legal. Maybe we should have an easier path to citizenship. Maybe our economy runs pretty well with all this immigrant labor and skills. Was this mass deportation thing a bad idea? But one of the groups really making those points right now, making that crystal clear, who are really questioning what ICE is doing and getting in the faces of this group on the streets and on TV and online are white women. Wow. The very group that has perpetually traded their voice for their proximity to power. The group that by majority has sat on the sidelines while Black women and Indigenous people took the lion's share of the work. The group who by majority have voted conservative with their white husbands when elections came along. So watching the shift in people who look like me, this conscious awakening of a group this administration counted on, that the patriarchy relies on, is clearly making the powers that be nervous, because women are actually the majority of this country, and we organize and run a lot of people's lives. If we all started working together, if white women chose by majority to stop carrying water for them, the status quo would be in trouble. And we can't have that. Not when this administration is so close to stripping us of our autonomy, of making it harder for us to vote with the SAVE Act, of getting us back in the kitchen with their focus on the family policies, of stripping us of birth control like they stripped us of abortion rights. They're so close to finally getting us to shut up, to get us out of higher education in the workforce and getting us back under the thumb where we belong. Well, it's not going to work if our melty little voices and educated little brains keep organizing protests and talking to our spouses and friends, not if we collectively decide that we don't like children being targeted or families being separated or people being brutalized by untrained violent goon squads in our streets. And nothing is more threatening to the white Christian patriarchy than the non-compliant white woman, because they need us on their side. So they've made us the enemy. And it's not so much an attack on white women as it's an attack on power, because they know we as a collective are making a difference and that our engaging as a group is going to be a problem. Because if we stop seeing the difference between us and all the other women whose rights are being stripped away, if we unite, then they are in trouble. The same way they'd be in trouble if the working class stopped fighting amongst themselves and united against the donor class, asking the government to work for all of us and not just the rich. So they are busying themselves, writing new laws to make it harder for us to get educated or divorced or keep us pregnant. So we are trapped. But that genie is going to be hard to put back in the bottle because we're just that much past our trick by date. See, you already educated us and you told us to lean in. So we're not so likely to just give that all up so easily. And there's enough of us around who watched our mothers and grandmothers growing up and aren't falling for the glamour of the trad wife aesthetic you are trying to sell to the young. We know the truth. We know that kind of life can be a prison because we saw it firsthand, and we don't want anyone to go back to it. We understand that feminism was always about choice and equality. And despite the fact that we are still fighting for it, we're not just giving up on it. So while you literally throw money at creators to demean and belittle us and make us the new enemy of the state, to justify what you will do to us in the future by making us the enemy now, I don't think people are going to fall for it, because we aren't the enemy. We're the final domino to fall.
The final domino to fall. That's why the fuck are we here? Why the fuck are we here, ladies? We're here to be like, yeah, fuck you to the establishment, and we're not taking it anymore. Benny would be screaming at the top of her fucking lungs right now.
Fuck you. You suck.
Do you know what I saw when I ventured out to the wilderness that is social media in the last couple of weeks? Yes, people were upset about Renee Good and Alex Pretty. Yes, they were. But do you know what I saw people unable to justify more than anything is that little boy. in that little
The 5-year-old
blue cap.
Liam Rodriguez.
Yeah, because it triggers something in people, especially if they have a proximity to young children, going, what the fuck did he do? Why is he being rounded up or being used as bait?
And sent to
I think that's
Texas. And now a judge. Why does a judge have to order that this 5-year-old be released from a concentration camp?
Well, and that same facility is now having an active measles outbreak, and there
That's
have been
true.
2 cases reported in the last couple of days. But this is another population that they've activated is mothers or aunties or grandmas or teachers or nurses or whatever, is people who care about children saw that image and couldn't justify it. And I know that sounds ridiculous, like, oh, they could justify murder. Yeah, they fucking could, and they did. But they couldn't justify this little boy being used as bait. I guess,
I'm sorry, I
guess
don't mean to
that's good.
interrupt, but get that fucking Joe guy out of the vertical chat. Fuck him.
It's Jover for Joe.
No. Roxanne, you got a wrench. Troll Slayer, you got a wrench. Get that motherfucker. I can't believe
Pop
I
him.
got a heart on after I saw you. Really?
Ew.
Really, Joe? Get fucked, asshole. Get the fuck out of my chat. You sick fuck. What's wrong with you? So let's go on. Let's give Joe a fucking lesson. You want a lesson, Joe? Here's a fucking lesson, asshole. Who the fuck is this? Oh, this could be, fucking royalty over what appears to be an unconscious little girl. You sick fuck. Get hard, fuck. Go ahead and jerk off while I'm screaming at you, fucking sick fuck. Seriously.
Check this.
Got nothing better to do besides jerk off to some girl you're seeing on the fucking internet. You're really disgusting.
Says more about you, Joe.
Fuck yeah, it does. Yeah. How about your little Lord and Savior? Your Lord and Savior, Dinky. We call him
God.
Dinky here.
Did you see that for the
Dinky.
G20, they made a 22-foot gold statue of him to be at the G20 next year? Not beating the fucking cult allegations, y'all. If you're building gold statues.
Yeah, gold statues for your Lord and Savior. How about this, you sick fuck? How about this one? How
I
about
really
this?
want to know what the fuck is going on in the background of this picture. Is that a coffin? Like no one can tell me what the fuck is going on behind there.
How about
is
this?
this like is this in a stateroom? Like at a
They're
like a-
saying
like
that
a-
it's at Epstein's fucking New York house. The New York giant estate that Les Wexner just
Okay.
apparently gave him. Yeah.
Oh,
a funny.
speaking
Wait. Hold on.
Okay.
Please go to the next picture. Funny. It's a funny picture because you look at Dinky and how ridiculous he is in this robe that he's wearing until you notice the sheets he's laying on. What are the sheets he's laying on? Strawberry shortcake.
You know what? My brain, this is going to be crazy, but I had strawberry shortcake dolls when I was a kid, and they smell like strawberries and cream. I have like a visceral memory of what those dolls smell like, and that really fucking pisses me off that he is even in association with that.
Oh yeah.
I'm mad. Prince Andrew, or Prince formerly known as Andrew, I just read before we came on that in just the month after he got out of prison in Florida, he spent $14,000 in getting Fergie and their 2 daughters. He paid for their travel between London, Miami, and New York just after he was released from prison, and they were teenage girls. So,
yeah.
What the fuck were those girls doing there?
Here's another.
Wow.
Oh yeah, this is for Joe to jerk off to. Here you go, Joe.
I mean,
7797. Trump and Epstein with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 little girls, and it looks like maybe 1 little boy. Oh, you got laughed. You want to jerk off to this? You sick fuck. Really? You want this? This is your fucking president. This is your Lord and fucking Savior. Your golden fucking statue of what manly is. This fucker who fucks little fucking kids. You want to jerk off to that? I got news for you, bro. You're not going to like our fucking show. Not for 1 fucking second are you going to like our fucking show. You might as well get the fuck out of here now before your fucking brain explodes from truth being thrown at you.
Oh, yeah.
Dare you to come back over here before everybody in the chat jumps on you.
Thank you, mods.
Thank you to our moderators. Yeah, I'm sick and
Shout
tired of these motherfuckers. They come in, it's fine. I don't care. Box of wine and dildo podcast, that was funny. But don't come in here and say you're jerking off to me, because I will you know what? I'll just black out my face. I'll just turn all the lights off. You won't be able to see me. Oh, but you'll hear my voice. Well, yeah. Fucking weirdos.
Let me pay attention!
So, I don't know. I this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to cover this. Lisa Hopo brought me this.
You Nazi!
Brought this to my attention. How about you jerk off to this, Joe? And this is where I want to go into the deep dive, and I want to have everybody who's in the chat, if you can, start fact checking these people's names, because I don't know who the fuck some of these people we don't know. Some of these people we do know their names, but I want to know what they were doing in the timeline in which they were mentioned. Okay? So, here we go. Get on your fact checking skills, ladies and gentlemen, because you know.
Get on your horse and ride.
This is where it all comes down. Well, you can play this before I go into this. Go ahead and play that.
Things that you've seen them do at all. You are not ready for the shit that I'm about to tell you. First off, credit where credit is due. Political Mom sent me this. Go check her out. She's fucking awesome. Here's how the story goes. ICE arrested a man in Minnesota. Not a criminal, not an undocumented, not in a removal proceeding. A legal present human trafficking survivor with a valid federal visa. That visa? Yeah, a T visa. And you don't get one of those by accident. You get it because you were trafficked, brutalized, and then helped law enforcement prosecute your fucking trafficker. There are only 5,000 of those visas nationwide. They grabbed this man on January 12th. No warrant, no charges, no explanation. Then they fucking disappeared him. They arrested Manuel and then shipped him from Minnesota to Texas without notifying his lawyer, without notifying the court, and without even being clear if he was still being detained or released. And then when his attorney filed habeas corpus, ICE responded by doing absolutely fucking nothing. No paperwork, no legal authority, no bond hearing, no administrative warrant. They didn't even bother fucking lying well. Matter of fact, they told the court that he was released and then contradicted themselves. They claimed a transfer, then provided zero fucking proof. They ignored court orders asking a very simple fucking question. Is this man still in custody? Yes or no? And the response they got back from that? Nothing. The judge fucking said this is unlawful, non-questionable, non-debatable, pure fucking unlawful. ICE had no authority to arrest him, no authority to detain him, no authority to move him across the fucking country, and because they couldn't even pretend to justify it, the court ordered his immediate release and told ICE, hey, you get to pay his legal fees. They arrested a trafficking survivor. They ignored the law, they ignored the court, they ignored due process, and if they can do it to someone that the law is explicitly designed to protect, then they can do it to you. This is not border security. This is not law and order. This is a state power flexing to see who screams loud enough to fucking stop it. And the only reason this man is free right now is because someone actually fucking fought back. A good judge refused to let ICE pretend that the Constitution is fucking optional. When you think that you've seen them do it all.
When you think you've seen them do it. They went right after this guy. And we don't even know if he's really a victim of Epstein or not. We just know he's a victim of trafficking. They just go after him. No fucking explanation. No nothing. Out of the fucking blue.
I mean, it sounds like to me that it was to send a fucking message.
Well,
not
just like everything
not just
else.
intimidating and fear.
Just like everything else has been intimidation and fear. And when I read this to you, holy fucking shit. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to, this is a trigger warning. Massive.
We need like a drop. Wee, like
we need
ambulance.
We need like a satire thing. Trigger warning, right? Trigger warning. Sorry, my glasses and my headphones don't exactly mix well together. So,
is this in the files?
This is in the files. Lisa Hopo found this. This is August 12th, 2025. And then it goes through and it says, Kristen, pursuant to the standard protocol, in this case, please see below and attached. And it says, from Christine C., Tuesday, August 12th, 2025, U.S. analysis dash Epstein Maxwell victims. Now, this is long, and I really appreciate your patience, but I want you guys to start looking up some names. So, in the chat, you'll say, I'm going to take this guy's name, or whatever. Just do what you can, okay? Good morning. I wrote to you previously regarding Epstein. I really need help outside of Florida because these agents have been terrorizing me and are corrupt, and I believe they are psychopaths. I'm living in a nightmare, and they have threatened my life. I'm a target of the very people who rape me. In 2021, I ended up in jail and didn't know why I was there. A Sheriff Grady judge entrapped me along with the FBI. Sheriff Grady judge was at the church raping me as a child, and the CIA and the FBI knew and did nothing to help me or my younger sister. The FBI knew I was raped by Epstein when I was between the ages of about 10 and 12 years old, and they knew I was gang raped by Steve Bannon and 9 other men while strapped down on a table at the Epsteins. These men targeted me because they made references of me being strapped down and raped as a child. This is my punishment for telling what I saw. James Bulger, Bulger, and Kevin Weeks, Weeks, kidnapped a child. So somebody look that up. This witch hunt started when I was 5 years old. I couldn't remember, but I remember now that I told my teacher I was being molested, and I told her I witnessed my parents doing a kidnapping. They weren't my parents, in quotes. My teacher, Janice Farnham of Prattville School, tried to help me, but help never came. James Bulger's connections were obviously powerful. So whoever this James Bulger is, we need to know. In 2021, I was told by Robert A. Murray, Marray, that when I remember everything, they will kill me. I had no idea what he was talking about because I couldn't remember. This appears to be true. He also said, when I remember, I shouldn't report anything to the authorities because they will just say I'm a psychopath. Well, I'm not going to be silenced, and I will tell the truth. I am a target of Donald Trump. In 2014, a CIA agent tricked me into going to Epstein's in Palm Beach. He said I was going to a holiday party. I got there with him, was handed a drink, and I was drugged once again. He took me to a room and said, wait here, I'll be back. And immediately the door was shut and locked by Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein. Every time I tried to get out, they would back me into a room, and it was Ghislaine Maxwell who was really doing this. I was locked in a room to be a sex slave. At one point, the butler unlocked the door, and standing there was Donald Trump. In quotes, it says, I wasn't his cup of tea. He said to a man, make sure she drinks some of that so she forgets I was here. Then said to the butler, quote, only open the door that you think I will like, unquote. In 1998, Robert A. Murray was working with the FBI and told me I was a victim. I didn't understand, and he told me I don't remember. He was working with the same short FBI agent. And by the way, this short FBI agent keeps coming up over and over and over again, and I'm wondering if it's Bovino. So see if in 1998, Bovino was working for the FBI. He was working with the same short FBI agent that took me from my bed several times and drugged me. In 1998, I was asking if I saw James Bulger kidnap a child when I was about 14, and I said yes, I did. Well, days later, I was set up and put on a government list by a woman in Massachusetts General Hospital that was a psychiatrist. She mentioned the name Rico, Ricoh, who she said was going to call because she had a connection after I told her, you can't put me on the list without a court hearing. This woman was working with my younger sister. I was called by the woman who pretended to be my mother, and she told me I had a meeting to discuss my sister's treatment plan. I walked into a witch hunt of false allegations. These allegations were made by two women who are Winter Hill Gang members. At the end of the meeting, the psychiatrist said, quote, you shouldn't be talking about the kidnapping you witnessed to endanger your family, unquote. Then two men came in, injected me with drugs, and they put a wire in my wrist. I couldn't remember they did this to me until recently. They've been listening to my entire life. Now, I know it sounds crazy, but just stick with me. These two women who have made false allegations about me set me up, and I almost died. They asked me if I witnessed a kidnapping, and I said I did. Days later, James Bulger and Kevin Weeks abducted me and another woman. I was overdosed with drugs for having a big mouth. I woke up in a different month. The man who pretended to be my father was also involved, as he did work for James Bulger. Bulger. That's Whitey Bulger. What? That's Whitey Bulger?
Not sure, but that's his name.
Okay, I don't know. Which I didn't know. Or okay, Tony's saying James Bulger could be Whitey Bulger. Do you know who that is? He's a mafia guy.
Mobster.
Allie Osher, hold on. Allie, just hold off until I'm done reading this, please, okay? As he did work for James Bulger, which I didn't know or couldn't remember any of the horrors of my life. A witch hunt that continues to this day, which includes the FBI trying to prove I'm a lesbian and entrapments that are just wrong. I drove to a sushi restaurant and the FBI agent said I drove by a school on purpose, which is just a lie. This just goes on and on. In 1998, Robert A. Murray, my boss at Bank of Boston, said there were psychopaths in the CIA and the FBI playing a game. He said Donald Trump was involved and was in this pedophile ring. He mentioned Justice Clarence Thomas, who I did not know. He also told me I was sold to the CIA by a man who pretended to be my father, the man that raped me repeatedly and sex trafficked me. I didn't believe it, but I do now. These agents are here in Florida that took me from my bed, I believe are psychopaths. I remember the short agent asking me if I had a bad luck night shirt. I didn't understand what he was talking about, nor could I remember because I was drugged and sitting there in a nightshirt half naked. Now I understand this is truly going to be hard for anyone to believe, but every time they take me from my bed, I'm wearing a particular nightshirt. In 2014, I was abducted by Kevin Weeks and another man. A woman I knew set me up and said she knew these men. I couldn't remember Kevin Weeks because I was drugged on a substance that erases your memory. I was raped and tortured. I was drugged and smashed in the head with a hammer. As men smashed me in the head, the man who tortured me said, "Be careful, she's our computer." The man was electrocuting me as he was saying, "You're not going to talk about kidnapping you witnessed by Christine." Then he would electrocute me. John Martorano, Martorano, was the man who raped me and took a picture of me naked and said, "Let's take a picture for Clarence Thomas." In parentheses, Justice Clarence Thomas raped me at a church in Massachusetts when I was about 4 or 5 years old. This is also in my CIA file because a few people have asked me if I remember, but I couldn't remember much of my childhood because I was drugged so much. After I was tortured, I remember standing on a sidewalk. I couldn't remember what I just endured. The woman I was with called the cops. The cops came. Instead of taking me to the hospital, I was sent to the FBI office because they said I was a psychopath. I had blood dripping from my head from being smashed in the head with a hammer, and I couldn't remember. I was just tortured. I ended up in a meeting with the same short psychopath agent and his wife. I tried getting help from my sheriff, but he is manipulated by the FBI. I was accused of being on drugs, and I'm not a drug addict. My drug test came back clean. I was Baker acted unjustly. I don't know what this means. I was Baker acted, ACTED, unjustly. And it was a setup, just Robert A. Murray had described to me previously. The short FBI agent has a GPS tag in my butt and leg. They put a pin in my knee. They put a wire in my neck. They put pins in my head. They put a pin in my neck, and I'm not doing well. A woman agent who was married to the short agent said she would tell the doctors I did this to myself and nobody would believe me. I went to the emergency room. I can't get any doctors to believe me because the FBI agents usually called and said I'm a psychopath. About 2 years ago, I woke up on a table and these agents had me in a facility where they do medical procedures. They put a pacemaker device in my heart and they went through my femoral artery, MEMERAL, femoral artery. What's that?
Marital
in your
artery.
chest.
Okay. They said
But that's okay.
They
go
said
ahead.
they put something in my cortical artery as well. They threatened my life, and if I talked about certain things I witnessed these agents doing that related to a kidnapping pedophile ring I was a victim to as a child. These agents are guilty of participating in the beating death of missing children in Massachusetts. It's a sick and twisted plot. They are very agents targeting me, the victim. Several years ago, FBI agents Andrew McCabe first put a FISA warrant out on me. I witnessed him pay a woman have sex with her underage daughter. I don't know how I got to this place. I remember a man telling me to get up and stop him. I got up and looked at the mother and Andrew, but I wasn't brave enough, and I couldn't remember all these years. This was just another time I was taken from my bed at gunpoint. I'm a victim of being raped several times, set up by Winter Hill gang members. Winter Hill gang members are in the FBI and CIA. People have also faked their deaths to be in CIA at the expense of terrorizing me. One man, Keith Shipley, Shipley, invited me to lunch in 2011. I got in the vehicle and was handed a drink of water by a man in the front seat, and it was laced again. These men were also Winter Hill gang members. I woke up tied to a chair. A man had a propane tank. It was waving flames at me. He said if Keith drank cyanide. It was all fake, and Keith is alive. One person that is alive in the CIA is Virginia Giuffre. I remember the same FBI agents telling me they had to put her in the CIA because they would kill her. All this did was silence Virginia, and the people that wanted her dead should be held accountable, but instead the victims are silenced. In 2008, my boss said to me, quote, "The FBI is on the phone. Did you see James Bulger kidnap a child?" Unquote. I said, I did. Yeah, unquote. That night I was raped by Ron DeSantis. I woke up naked on the floor, tied up and beaten while James Bulger stood there with a gun. Then Ron DeSantis came in and raped me. He said by the time I remember him raping me, I'd be locked up as a psychopath. Then a woman came in and faked sex with me, and that woman is Nancy Mace. James Bulger said he was going to put it on you porn. I couldn't remember this. This was my punishment for telling. I'm not a psychopath, nor am I a predator. I'm a victim of many rapists. These FBI agents, I got sold to be raped and never asked for this life. The agents are in some court of witchcraft. In 1988, I was told people in the FBI and CIA are playing games with my life. I didn't believe it was true. I couldn't remember any of this because CIA drugs are cruel. The short FBI agent took off his belt and told me to kneel down and whip myself for watching Amazon Prime Video that had gay men in it having sexual encounter. The drug made me into a robot, and I did it while the others laughed. While he and the others laughed. Another time I was drugged, they had me stand up in one spot in my arm, with my arm in the air for hours. I was just a zombie. I threw up after. I have the psychopaths in the FBI investigating me when I'm their victim. It's so twisted. I'm attaching my chest x-rays with the device in my chest. I've never seen a cardiologist in my life. I have Medicare, and you can check. I'm also included in the picture of my leg from the agents torturing me. When I got my x-ray, I sent it to a pacemaker doctor, and they weren't sure what it is. The FBI agents said they would call the doctor and tell them I had a boob piercing, and that's what the x-ray is. This agent told me nobody will believe me, and I hope that's not true. Also, I would like to know about the men who raped me in Epstein's New York. I was strapped down and couldn't move. These men said I was strapped down just like I was a child when I was raped. So this is unjust and traumatizing. I would like to know why these men are being covered up and why they weren't being prosecuted. Okay, hold on. I was also. Did I touch? Diane. Did I turn this off? Is it my headphones then? Oh my God. It's so brutal. I don't know why I can't hear anything. Oh, there it is. I was also gang raped when I was 14 or 15 years old. My punishment for telling no phone calls until I'm done. I was also gang raped when I was 14 or 15 years old. My punishment for telling the police I saw James Bulger and Kevin Weeks kidnap a child. I reported that as soon as I started to remember. Michael Franzese, Franzese, and Sam Gravino, Gravano, along with other Winter Hill gang members are involved. And there was another little girl in there with me. There was a live audience. I woke up tied to a chair, a knife to my stomach, and then gang raped. I promised the little girl I would tell her family what happened to her. Somehow, I think the short FBI agent has twisted facts in this incident to cover for his fellow gang members. I thought I was just a normal person until I started to remember everything these monsters have done to me, and it facilitated by the CIA and the FBI in this pedophile ring. I've been targeted so they can destroy my reputation and credibility. I'm not going to be silent. I was silent for years because I couldn't remember. But now that I remember, I would like justice and the people who know about who these monsters are. There's more that I am remembering, and it starts out the same way, which is abducted from my bed at gunpoint and drugged on the CIA substances. It's cruel how these nutjobs in CIA, FBI have terrorized and taken over my life. This is not justice because I couldn't remember, and I would like to be able to hold my rapists and these agents accountable before they do kill me. I know who I am. I'm a good person, and that I didn't deserve any of this. I become a target of high-powered government officials that are my very rapists. The theme of my life and the punishment for telling people, the authorities, I witnessed James Bulger and Kevin Weeks kidnap a child when I was younger. Thank you for reading this. I do believe the nutjob FBI agent will try to get his email deleted or tell you I'm a psychopath. For once, please give me a voice as I fight for my life. Sincerely, Christine. So, what have we found out from all these monsters that have been revealed?
Mobsters, evil mobsters.
All of their stories are similar. That's the thing that I take away from all of it. All of them are.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, and if we're talking about if I'm trying to present evidence in a trial, that's the kind of shit I would point to. All of these people, boys and girls and women, all tell the same story.
Call from Ellie Osher. To accept.
Go ahead, Alyosha.
Hey, well, as you guys know, Alyosha is just my Twitch name, and I live in Massachusetts, and even I heard stories about the Winter Hill Gang from Somerville, Charlestown, South Boston, in Massachusetts. As a matter of fact, it got so bad that people were like, yeah, we don't even want to hear anybody, telling a story. Not only because it was disgusting and depraved, but they were worried that, somebody might start, nosing around and stuff. So, it's disgusting anyway. But that's the whole thing about Black Mass and other documentaries. I saw one documentary. They were trying to find a witness for the court trial in South Boston, and he disappeared the same day that he was supposed to testify, and nobody knows what happened to him. So, and that was in a documentary.
I've been hearing a lot of
and-
these witnesses and these survivors who have spoken out have been disappeared. I hear it over and over and over again.
Well, of course, you guys know about all the priests that were.
Yeah, of course, we know. Yeah.
Right. So that was, of course, a huge deal because everybody thought, oh, the church will cover it up. Everybody will be told to be silent, go along to get along, etc.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when all this stuff came out, I'm trying to remember the dates of the trials, but they were recent. It wasn't like even. I think it might have been.
Wasn't
maybe
even
10
in the
years ago.
90s or late 90s.
No, it wasn't. No, wasn't. Well, maybe 1999, maybe 1999, but I don't remember before then necessarily. But yeah, I mean, I knew about. I heard of the Winter Hill Gang even in other parts of the city because and there's a right-wing radio talk show host that knows all about it. His name is Howie Carr. And he loved talking about how evil those guys were. And it was even on video that he was making faces and trying to make fun of William Bulger, who was the brother of Whitey. James is his real name. And
So James Bulger is Whitey Bulger.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. And William is his brother. And he was in charge of the Senate in Massachusetts, William was. And he was also in charge of a university. So the day that I was watching,
Again,
they had
connected
it
to
on
a
channel-
college.
Yep. They had a college university. Well, I mean, it's been so many years now. I don't remember exactly. But they had it on Channel 7, which is one of the local stations. And Howie Carr, the right-wing radio talk show host, who now kisses Trump's butt, was sitting behind William Bulger as he was testifying. And they had to move all the cameras because, Howie Carr was making so many, faces. It was almost comical. And it's like, dude, I understand you hate the guy, but, this is not the time to do this. Wait until he's, done or he leaves,
Yeah.
So they had to move all the cameras so that you couldn't see Howie's face.
Okay.
And, of course, William was like, oh, I don't know anything. I haven't talked to him. Like, how likely is this?
Yeah, bullshit. Just like, I believe fucking Epstein's brother. But thank you for calling in, Allie.
All right. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Thanks. What about the other guy? The Keith Weeks guy. Who's that guy?
He's another mobster there.
Okay, he was with Whitey.
Mhm.
So, what was Ron DeSantis doing in that timeline in 1998? Was he running for office? Was he in
When did
office?
he get out of the When did he get out of the service? Because he was wasn't he a JAG or something like that?
No, I remember he had to do the piss test for everybody. He was the piss test guy.
Okay, I thought he's a lawyer, isn't he? I thought. What?
I thought he was studying back then. Let me check.
I gotta find this again.
I don't know how old he is. I don't know how old Ron DeSantis is.
He's 47.
50. Okay.
So I know this kind of brought the show to a halt, but you know what? God damn it. I want to fucking know these motherfuckers.
He was in high school in 97.
He was in high school in 97?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or yeah, he would have been in high school.
Yeah, but he went to Yale University to study. Yale University. Skull
And he studied
Bones?
law. I'm pretty sure he's a lawyer. Is he a lawyer?
Who-
I mean, am I crazy?
I think he is. Who the fuck is Robert A. Murray? Bank of Boston.
Is Bank of Boston still a thing?
This is 1998. Robert A. Murray, my boss at Bank of Boston.
I checked the name and it's confirmed there on the internet also. The Bank of Boston.
Boston?
Boston.
Okay, so when did Whitey Bulger die? Because, wasn't he killed in prison? We're talking 1998. So when we could confirm this right now, right here, right now, to see if he was still alive during this time. Right?
Wait a second. I was still checking DeSantis here.
Robert A. Murray, my boss at Bank of Boston, said. So that's the first story.
Yeah.
What did Tony say?
Robert A. Murray is kind of a good guy. My boss at Bank of Boston said they were psychopaths in the CIA and playing a game. He said that Donald Trump was involved and in a pedophile ring. He mentioned Justice Clarence Thomas, who I did not know. He also told me I was sold to the CIA. This Robert A. Murray is a good guy, saying you were sold to these people. And by the way, I was,
Saying Whitey Bulger was on the run in fucking 98.
So I guess the only thing that I am like, what about is the only thing that I have personal knowledge of, which is medicine. Okay. Let's revisit some of that, shall we?
Well, hold on. I want to, before you say this person was drugged multiple times.
I'm not talking about that.
So
I'm talking about the devices that have been implanted in their body.
That's what I'm saying, though. They could have said, we did all this stuff to you and blah, blah, blah. And but go ahead. I know what you're going to say, but I thought about the same thing.
All right. What am I going to say then, Diane?
That, these things could not be implanted and you would know.
Not what I'm going to
say. Go ahead.
Not what I was going to say. Not what I was going to say.
Go ahead.
What I was going to say is there are a number of devices that can be implanted in the chest. There are ICD, which is a defibrillator pacemaker. There's just a pacemaker. There's something that's called a loop recorder, which just looks like a little line. And its sole purpose is just to record the heart's rhythm, and it can be downloaded to your doctor's office. So a number of devices can be implanted in the chest. We wire through veins and arteries to do all kinds of stuff. So that's not unusual. This is the part that's unusual to me. I would get phone calls regarding my patients and how they're crazy all the fucking time.
Right.
I didn't care. I would still treat the patient that was in front of me. I would still treat the patient based on if they were symptomatic or not. I would still treat the patient no matter if they can't even talk to me right now, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to treat the fucking patient.
Right.
So I have a hard time believing that the FBI could call and shut down any kind of diagnosis or treatment. I don't know what kind of facility
she said she had a wound to the head.
Can't even talk to me.
She said she had a wound to the head from a hammer, and she wasn't taken to the hospital. She was taken to the FBI.
But she said at one point that she went to hospitals, that she never went to a cardiologist, but they would call up to the hospitals and tell the nurses that they were crazy.
Yeah.
At one point, they talked about her going to the hospital. And I don't know what.
And she did this all to herself. How do you hit yourself how do you put needles in your back?
With that.
I don't know.
Nurses are fucking better people than this. I'm sorry, but unless this was an approved Epstein facility, which it very well could have been, maybe they knew enough people or whatever. That's the part that I'm I don't know how if you have images taken of your body, and so many people are going to review them, the radiologist, the doctor, the PA, the nurse, it just goes through so many eyeballs and interpretations, and then we diagnose and treat.
But what about back in the mid 90s? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The standard of care was still the fucking same.
Okay, well, what about... No, you just said, what if they were all paid off? These people are all paid off. Epstein paid off people on every fucking level everywhere. We already know this. Even in airports and going from country to country, they would pay off the people who were who saw the little girls and stuff.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying, based on my professional and personal experience, both as a patient since the age of 4, because I had such fucking bad asthma, I was pretty much hospitalized from the age of 4 to 7, to now having been a nurse on the other side of my white coat syndrome and actually helping people with their white coat syndrome and knowing what all of the internal process is in the hospital that takes place. If somebody comes in and has something, a foreign body in their person, we're removing that shit and asking questions later.
Right.
Because if it stays in the body, it's going to become a fucking infection. I mean, that is what I'm like logically like thinking about.
I
it
know,
as a
but
nurse.
this is also coming from a person who was a child at the time,
I
who was
understand.
drugged several times.
And that's why I'm not discounting it. I'm just saying,
Manipulated
like,
on an epic level.
I realize all of that, but I'm just saying, like, if they went to a legit
an
medical
ounce-
facility, this shit would have been questioned, dealt with.
Even if
flags,
an ounce,
red flags.
Even if an ounce of this is true, this is just one account of the several hundred, several thousand that we're getting. This is insane. And these people absolutely need to be fucking stopped on. I don't care what fucking kind of level we need to go to. I don't give a shit. I don't care if it takes down Apple. I don't give a fuck if it takes down fucking multi-billion-dollar corporations. I don't give a fuck. These people are sick and they need to be held accountable.
Yep.
So I want to play this. This is Allison Gill, and Allison Gill reveals she has been contacted with a woman who reported trafficking tied to Trump's model agency in the FBI. Tip appears on Epstein's file pages that went viral, and the FBI interview is missing. Here's a little clip of what she had to say.
So I have for you a summary of the details this person provided to the FBI in 2020, the one that we don't have the 302 for. Summarized here in that document I showed you, but not released in its entirety. And again, I bet we can all guess why. Because it implicates Trump's modeling agency in the sex trafficking ring. Obviously, these are just allegations, but here's what she told the FBI. We lived in Connecticut at the time. Most of this would have been around 1998 to 2000. She went to New York City for parties and clubbing, underage with a fake ID. Then she told me she was recruited by a modeling agent who worked with a couple agencies and thought she would be a good fit for Trump's. She went to a few photo shoots, and it was frequently borderline scandalous. Then got recruited for events and parties. I think she said it started through the Trump agency photographer, but there was another man and woman involved in the stories, telling her that they would help her career. The parties were often talked about as modeling gigs. She said most of the models were foreign, some hardly spoke English. She felt lucky to be picked. Then they asked her to go to parties and bring good-looking girls the same age. That she could make money from modeling, waitressing, massages, and entertaining. She asked me to go several times, then was told they only wanted blondes for Trump parties, but any hair was fine for other parties. So I have for you a summary of the details this person provided.
I saw it was referenced that what he, can't believe I'm going to say this. Obviously we know Dinky's racist. That's probably not a surprise by now, but what he referred to little black girls as, did you read this in the files? He used to call them boogers. Said, I don't want any boogers at my party.
I was just looking at that email just now.
Disgusting. Vile.
Yeah, just
how dare
from
you.
someone to Jeffrey Epstein. This is 6/22/13 regarding NYC plans on October 4th, Saturday, June 22nd, 2013. Jeffrey Epstein. It says Trump will be there, doesn't like black girls, calls them boogers, won't go within 10 feet.
Yeah, we
And
know
then
what he really wants to fucking say with that.
Yeah.
Let's just be real.
Was looking at that just as you said that, Lindsay.
I saw that Midas Touch was actually the people to reach out to let them know that they released child porn.
Oh, yeah.
They reached out to the DOJ. Midas Touch felt a moral, legal, ethical obligation
Because
to
they
tell
released
the DOJ.
naked pictures of little girls and all the victims' names, addresses, phone numbers, all this stuff.
43 victims' names. 43 names were released. I also saw video. I haven't seen a lot of the videos. I don't know if you've seen any of the videos. The 2 videos I've seen is Jeffrey Epstein chasing 2 adolescents around his kitchen.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I also just saw where they're escorting pregnant women in various, like, one was in an airport, one was at a conference center.
Tony.
And it was like they were talking about, like, what do you want to say to Jeffrey? And, like, I have to assume these were girls pregnant with his baby. And you can't tell anything. I know. It's just worse and fucking worse and worse. Are we going to talk about the ranch?
Well, what have you heard about the ranch? Because I mean, I know a lot of shit is happening at the ranch, but nobody's really talking about it. And you must have heard something else than I have heard. This is what I'm talking about, Lindsay, is your algorithm is different than my algorithm. And that's why, I think it's, like, important that we share this stuff.
The only thing that it's not really anything. I mean, it's just like, it is something, but, like, it's just in passing stuff. It's just like with the booger email just now. It's just like that's what's so frustrating about all of this. These people are having these conversations so fucking casually via email.
Yeah.
Can we the banality of evil is incarnate right here. And Dr. Aida knows what I mean when I say the banality of evil. Mm-hmm. I mean, just what was the whole thing was that 2 girls at the ranch were strangled to death and buried in the desert. And it's talking about how it ties Ghislaine to their recruitment.
Well, I think we need cadaver dogs on every fucking property of Epstein and Donald Trump. Every single solitary one of them. So
don't forget the golf club.
That's what I mean. The golf club in LA, Bedminster, I don't care.
Well,
the ranch.
We learned last time that there's supposedly bodies buried out in California at that golf course. Hello, California.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Shut that shit down and get a CSI out there. Like, what are you doing? He's not going to give you wildfire recovery money. He's going to keep shitting on you. Just come on.
Yeah. So, Tony, I want you to go. I'm going to send this to you. Hold on.
But those pregnant girls, those videos of the pregnant adolescent girls reminded me of that ranch. I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if that happened at the ranch.
Well, this sounds like Elon Musk to me, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, it does. And boy, is he having a little epic fucking meltdown over there. Yeah. Mark my words, mark this fucking spot right here. He is going to lose his shit and he's going to turn on Dinky before the midterms.
So this is one of the videos, you guys. It's too long for me to play. It's 21 minutes long, but I wanted to play a little bit of it for you. I haven't sent it over, Tony. Did I send it over yet? Oh, shit. I wanted to get a timestamp, so I'm go to about the 2-minute mark and just play a couple minutes of it so people understand what's going on, and then please post it in both chats so you guys can watch this finish it on your own. It gets worse. It gets much worse than what I'm about to show you. So, these are the kind of things that, look, man, look. We've been calling out the Dinky administration for a decade. We have been saying that it's going to get worse, it's going to get worse, it's going to get worse. Without even knowing what the fuck is going on with the Epstein files and all that bullshit. We were saying it was going to get bad. It was going to be real bad. Now when you look at this fucking shit and you follow this, just another one document in the Epstein dump from what appears to be a 16-year-old girl in her diary, I guess you could call it. The diary's been decoded. She wrote it in code, which if I was an FBI agent, I could figure this out in fucking 2 seconds. Like, seriously, you don't know what's going on. You can't see this.
Hey, I want Cash Patel brought up on perjury charges.
Yes, 100%. Same with Pam Bondi.
Yeah, same with Bondi.
Go to about the 2-minute mark, play it for a couple minutes, and then drop it. And here we go.
This new data set 12 was this: a personal diary from a 16-year-old girl that was scanned by the FBI as evidence. You can see that this girl created this journal artistically, using clippings from magazines to finish her sentences while writing around images to sort of illustrate what she's talking about. These sentences seem to be written in another language or like some sort of code. And really, the words are written up, down, left to right. So this first part here, if you can see, says THANKGOD, so thank God. It's sort of confusing to read, but thankfully, shout out to Ken Kirkland IV on Twitter, who translated this particular page for us. This one page I wanted to start with because it has some names that you may recognize as verified sickos. It starts with a girl running in a Harvard sweatshirt, a New York stamp, and a ballerina, and it says, "Thank God my parents picked me up. For being a Rockefeller, that plane Mr. Dana had me on was scary. Both he and Larry Summers are fucking disgusting. Hope no relation to Tracy." Which is, yeah, me too. Clearly she's referring to Larry Summers, who we now know was deeply involved with Jeffrey Epstein. She has a clipping here that says, "What a very jolly and amusing and attractive 16-year-old girl she was, ... great fun and bouncy." Yikes. Another clipping here reads, "Charles, 32, courts his teen queen." Clearly this is talking about Diana. The girl writes, "I guess it's a royal thing. Gross. Andrew is like his brother in this way. Blank," which is clearly a name that's been redacted, "should not brag because that was yucky." I guess another one of these girls was bragging about being with royalty, and she's correctly identifying that this is disgusting. So now we have two references to Larry Summers and Andrew, Prince Andrew, who we know to be sickos, involved deeply with Epstein and themselves like PDF files, right? Now check out this last section. Like the others, this is starting from a clipping that says, "Ivana Trump, entrepreneur, she once asked me how I handled the press during my divorce. She said, 'You come out of your divorce with dignity and pride. That's how I would like to come out of mine.'" The girl, the 16-year-old girl, remember, says this: "Does this lady," talking about Ivana, "know that you can't have any dignity if you've been with him? ? I know I have none. Only Skittles." So this girl is saying to Ivana Trump that she doesn't have any dignity after being with her husband, Donald. The girl knows because she has none herself. Only Skittles? I mean, this just makes my skin crawl and the hair stand up on end. I mean, I think the only reason that this wasn't redacted is because Ivana's name here is not typed out, right? It's part of a clipping, so it wouldn't register in a word search. It doesn't come up when you search Trump in the Epstein files. Also, the girl in her text doesn't ever say Trump's name. So this looks like it was truly something that we were never supposed to see. They just completely forgot to redact this. Yeah. And the Skittles comment? Well, we know that Trump has a sweet tooth. We know he loves candy, calls it his poison.
Please go and watch the rest of this video. It gets worse. Tony dropped the link in the chat. I didn't see it in both chats. I just saw it in one, but drop it in both. Somebody take it from the horizontal chat to the vertical chat. This is something people need to know about. Alyosha, go ahead.
To accept, press 1.
Go ahead.
All right. Sorry to call back in again. Guess what I found? I found a document, and I'm going to send it to everybody, from MIT from 2020 that says Harvard and all that, Massachusetts involvement with Epstein, and it's over 60 pages long. Now, isn't that interesting?
MIT, you mean the college that Dinky's uncle graduated from that he keeps mentioning? And yeah, okay.
Yeah, Harvard University, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, all that. Do you want me to send you? Do you want me to email you stuff or text you stuff? What would you like me to do?
Email.
Okay. All right, guys. See you later.
Thanks.
Bye.
Lindsay, go ahead.
I was sending Tony my final word for today because we were right. That's going to be a good note. Anyway, okay. I just saw that Aaron Parnas put out a short that said a DOJ lawyer has told a judge to put them in contempt of court so they can sleep because the DOJ is in such fucking free fall between all of the casework and all the shit that ICE is doing and all the illegal shit that Dinky's doing that all of DOJ is a fucking powder keg shit show circus. And she literally, this DOJ attorney begged a judge to put her in jail so she can get some peace.
Tony has it right here.
Okay. What?
I don't have that. Whatever you sent.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just saw that when I went to go retrieve the clip for... Yeah.
We have some big news right now. A federal judge is hauling the Department of Justice to court for a status conference this week over the Epstein files and the DOJ's failure to redact personal identifying information of survivors in the files. First obtained exclusively by Midas Touch, here's the order from Judge Richard Berman, who says that it's time for the Epstein survivors, their attorney, along with the Department of Justice, to come for a status conference this week on February 4th, on Wednesday. He says, I'm not certain how helpful I can be. I encourage you to continue to resolve your open issues in good faith. Essentially what happened here was that the attorneys for about 200 survivors filed an emergency letter with Judge Berman and Judge Engelmeyer, the judges that oversaw Epstein and Maxwell's cases this morning. And it demanded that the DOJ take down the Epstein files because of how incompetent the release has been, literally releasing pictures of nude young children, completely in violation of the law. The DOJ then responded and was like, no, we've taken down thousands of these documents and images that we failed to redact. And now a judge is saying, hey, maybe that's not enough. Let's get you to court and figure it out. So we'll see what happens.
So that's before what you just announced, Lindsay.
Yeah, this was just like within the last hour, what I just saw. But can we just collectively think about what cases the Justice Department has worked on, and literally they are like breaking down in real time right now, asking judges to put them in fucking jail, and also because they're probably scared, they're probably terrified to not do what they're being told to do, and I can't imagine what that is fucking feeling like right now for attorneys everywhere. I mean, not just DOJ attorneys, but attorneys everywhere. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. You're either on one, you can't, there's no sitting on the edge. You got to be on one side or the other. You're either protecting pedophiles or you are against this. There is no fucking in between. You motherfuckers got to take a fucking side and decide, which side of history do you want to be on? Do you want to be out there in your legacy out there to protecting pedophiles? Or do you want to be known as going up against the regime at peril of your own, career and whatever, and maybe your money? Oh, my money.
I mean, Is that worth it? Guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
Is that the thing she sent me?
Did you send it?
No, I didn't send it. The thing that I sent you, Tony. It's on Aaron Parnas's channel. It's literally the last short that came out. But what I sent you was my final words.
Okay, so here is.
I just saw it.
Well, Tony, I've been sending you stuff to cover, so.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, Tony's got it.
Bombshell news right now, probably one of the craziest stories you'll hear all day. A Justice Department lawyer just requested that a judge hold her in contempt of court, throw her in a jail cell so that she can get 24 hours of sleep. Quote, "The system sucks, this job sucks." That's what DOJ attorney Julie Lee told a federal judge, Judge Jerry Blackwell, today, according to Paul Blum and Fox 9. He was demanding answers as to why so many court orders have been violated by ICE and by the Trump administration. She asked him to hold her in contempt of court so that she can just get 24 hours of sleep. She said that government lawyers simply cannot keep up with what ICE is doing right now and with what judges are ordering right now. The system sucks. This job sucks. That's a direct quote from this DOJ lawyer who requested to be thrown in a jail cell just so she could sleep. Spread the word.
Jesus Christ.
I have no fucking words.
I have no
word.
word. Well, I kind of feel like that too. Just,
I mean, and
somebody
he's a
hide
lawyer,
me in my
so he
greenhouse.
knows-
I could really use the rest.
But he's a lawyer, so he knows, the research it takes, the brain power it takes, the energy it takes. And and let's be clear, lawyers also do not want to be in jail. Like, they have to go to jails to meet with their clients. They don't want to fucking stay there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know how far you have to push an attorney to be like, please throw me in jail for 24 hours. I just need some fucking peace and quiet. Like,
Can't handle the truth.
insanity. Insanity shit. That is insanity. Fucking crazy shit. Okay.
All right, so
carry on.
Here's our
Let's
girl.
Carry on.
You can't handle the truth.
Here's our girl, Christina Talks.
Oh, I need her. I need my ginger with those glasses, those sunglasses, visor glasses, sunglasses. That's what I need. I need him.
You know what?
Well.
So, I haven't heard much from Dr. Aida. How you doing? Are you doing okay, honey?
Well, every time I'm about to say something, I pretty much like there was an explosion from Lindsay, so I've been keeping my mouth shut. Let her.
Well, that's how it goes.
So I ended up going like this. Okay.
No, honey, you can feel free to talk up and speak up anytime.
I can't. She jumps in a second.
Oh, well, Lindsay, I know. Lindsay's on top of it.
I'll mute myself then. I'll be quiet.
Well, not just put now my favorite well, please.
Yeah. Here's a well from Christina Talk.
Well. And welcome to another day in the United States of hell, where it's clear to see an elite pedo cabal is running our country. Let's talk about the most elite pedo of them all, the pedo-in-chief, Daddy Dumpy Pants, and the things he had to say, the things he thinks absolves him of his past proclivities today. The thing he wants you to believe proves he's innocent, baby. Because from what I can see, the excuse he's using today only makes him seem more guilty.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. Daddy Dumpy Pants in his full nussy throat the other day stood up there in front of reporters and had a few things to say. He admitted fully, dear, he hasn't read the files that have been put on display. He's only going by the word of the DOJ. Yes, indeed. Satan Cindy Lou Who and Todd Blanchard, too, told the orange dude that there's something in those files today that absolves you of all the crimes that you've been accused of. You want to know what it is, dear? So we can deconstruct it here and prove how it proves that the orange dude is absolutely guilty in every kind of way? Yes, Daddy Dumpy Pants is so very proud to say that there's evidence in the files today that proves that Jeffrey and his buddy, Michael Wolf, were colluding together to blackmail him, to destroy his image, friend. And Daddy Dumpy Pants has been told this is proof of his innocence. I just want to remind all of you, and the orange dude too, you can't blackmail somebody who's not guilty, boo.
Revelation.
That's how blackmail works, baby. You actually have to be out here doing something wrong today for somebody to be able to blackmail you. So unfortunately, for the orange fool that he be, this makes you look really fucking guilty. My, oh my. What a dumb fucking guy.
There you go. There you go.
Bless his enlarged heart today.
Okay, there you go.
Maybe a blood clot will soon come his way. I mean, after all, we saw him trot on live TV yesterday. They had to end the press conference right away. No questions. After Orange Daddy had a few things to say because doo-doo started to spray. Trots, clots, and prayers, baby. Come on, blood clot. Expeditiously.
Expeditiously. Yeah, look. There's so much fuckery. He's so dumb, but yet all these people keep following him. Why? Because guess what? Russia has all the same shit. Russia has had all this shit for decades. That's why they can make him do whatever they want him to do. They've had the Epstein files. They've known about this. Epstein was helping the Russians.
When Trump was invited to the then Soviet Union, that's it.
87 is the first time. 87 is the first time he was there.
Yeah, Krasnov.
Yeah. Krasnov is his Russian spy name, for those who don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So let's not, be all delusioned that everything in the Epstein files, oh, well, they're just accusations and they're not real. And when you have dozens, one after the other, and worse gets worse, and the same people are named. Sasha Riley interview, Clarence Thomas was named. What he remembers is vague. Lindsay, you didn't hear the Sasha Riley tape, so you don't know. But he said that he was there. He's not sure if Thomas did anything to him or not. But again, he was drugged. A lot of drugging going on of these little kids so they don't remember. And Dinky's saying make sure she drinks a lot of that so she doesn't remember who I am. Can you imagine? That's why I think the survivors who are speaking out today are asking more questions because they don't remember, because they were drugged and they were woke up in a fucking place. They didn't know where they were. They didn't know how the fuck they got there. This is a repeated fucking pattern of almost every fucking survivor we know. And the thing is, we don't know about some of their real stories, like some of the ones that have spoken out. They've told people behind closed doors. They've told their lawyers, but it's not in public knowledge. And I bet, because all these women just came together and they exchanged their stories. They're going to be like, the right is going to be like, oh yeah, they're just naming it's the same people and they all colluded together to just, because they're angry about these people. Oh, fuck off. Quit calling these people crazy. These women crazy. The people, the girls, and the survivors. Girls and boys who were survivors of this fucking pedophile ring. Quit calling them crazy. Even the FBI is like, oh, there's nothing here, nothing to see. You could even see that in the highlighted things we read the other day.
The last
FBI was like, oh, no credibility. Phone didn't work out. They didn't do any deep dives. They didn't care. They stopped it because they were fucking involved.
Yep.
From that last letter I just read, they were fully involved. By the way, does anybody look up the fact if Bovino was in the FBI or in CIA in 1998? No, nothing that we could find from a Google search. Here's Jennifer Welch on the whole subject.
drops of the Epstein files have not only revealed some horrific sex crimes that we all knew, but as the camera comes into focus, it becomes more and more depraved. And also, it's revealing that Epstein and American oligarchs are involved in a network of espionage with Vladimir Putin and Israel to sabotage United States democracy and even the European Union's democracies. The Daily Mail, a conservative British paper, summarizes it like this. Epstein's sex empire was KGB honey trap. Pedophile financier had multiple talks with Putin after conviction, with Russian girls flown in to harvest compromat on world famous figures. And this last dump, I think, not only is Trump's name in it thousands of times, but also Vladimir Putin's name is in it thousands of times. And then it just makes me, and I'm sure it does you guys too, why has all of this been sitting at DOJ for all of this time?
All right, I can answer her question. It's been sitting there since the Bush administration. The cover-up started back then. It's the second Bush administration. It went through the Clinton administration. Does Clinton know? I'm sure Clinton knew. And fuck him too. You know what I mean? Like I don't really care. It went through a lot of administrations. When you're going back to the 70s and the 80s, how about Bill Barr's daddy hired him to work at that fucking school with no credibility to be a teacher there in the fucking 70s. And there was allegations against him then. And Bill Barr's daddy writing that weirdo fucking science fiction book about making little girls sex slaves. Oh yeah, on Mars. These fucking weirdos have been out there for decades. They knew about it. They've done fucking nothing. And now these motherfuckers are in positions of power of our fucking government. I think that's the real awakening that we've all had. That even on the right, you got right-wing podcasters going, holy shit, the president's a pedophile. What are you seeing on the right, Lindsay, in the channels over there talking?
That's what my final word is one of those right-wing podcasters pretty much saying, we can play it now since it's relevant. Saying just that. I'm just going to let him say it, actually.
Yeah, this guy. Who is this guy again? What's his name?
This is Andrew Schultz. They had because it's a few guys. I don't know all their fucking names, but I think it's the All In podcast.
Yeah.
And Dinky was on here.
Before
same
the
with
24 election.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sure was. Yep. It was really fucking awkward too.
I will say that this was a breaking point for me in the way that the administration responded to it. Like, I didn't think what's happening right now with ICE could happen in America. I genuinely did not think that was possible. I thought our institution, I thought the Constitution would hold up. When I see it and then immediately defend it, I start to go, we gotta be very loud about this. Like, it all of a sudden becomes not like liberal catastrophic thinking. It starts to become very reasonable, nuanced criticism of the administration. They have just made the most far left critiques of the Trump administration. Their reaction to this has just justified all of them. In one moment, all of their responses from Trump to Kash Patel, they have justified every single and I know people will probably look at this and be like, they've done a million other things to justify them. Sure, and that's fair. But this specific situation, I think, is a breaking point, and it has justified all those criticisms. I think people's antennas are way up, and people's antennas up that were not up initially.
This is like seeing the Epstein files. Because it's like,
wouldn't it be nice if we got those?
It's like, damn, y'all really been lying to us. Like, damn, like you really lying to us.
But I will say that.
That's it. Wow. It's a little bit of pushback.
Say it again for the fucking people in the back.
It's at least a bit of pushback, more than I expected.
Well, and that's what they're saying. I won't speak for Joe Rogan because he's going to flip-flop like a fucking fish back and forth because he has a audience to please that are CTE goons. Like, I don't even know what to say about his audience.
All MAGA dudes.
But Theo Vaughn, Andrew Schultz, this guy, All In podcast, all of them have started to listen. There was what was the fighter's name? Ryan Garcia, I think his name was. He said, I'm officially reclining my support for Donald Trump, but I think he meant rescinding.
Yeah.
Over the weekend with, again, the ICE stuff. The Grammys threw another spotlight on the ICE stuff. Like, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing, like, hang on a minute, what the fuck are we doing here? And just because this is the thing that I'm seeing people, because they tried to say that Alex Peretti, the reason that he was shot is because he was known by ICE and he kicked out a taillight. No, really? That's how he deserved to die because he did that days or weeks or whatever beforehand? Really? That's what you're saying? That is your criteria for gunning a U.S. for their own government, gunning a U.S. citizen down in the fucking street. He kicked out a taillight? Yeah. He kicked out a fucking taillight? Fuck off.
I've done that to an ex-boyfriend who cheated on me.
Yeah, like, okay, well, if that's your fucking standard. And I haven't seen any of it yet, but I do know that Alex Good's brothers did testify in front of Congress today. And that's what I'm going to be spending the rest of my evening doing, is actually listening to that testimony.
Right.
Because I think hearing from these people that have been affected by it and seeing the videos, seeing the pictures of the little boy being used as bait, it is pitting an image in people's minds that is un-American. Like, I don't care what side you're on. I don't care because we're in an attention economy. If you were to see the images that we are seeing in a foreign country, you would, my point.
Freak out. Yeah.
My point.
Yeah.
Freak the fuck out.
Yeah. When you see little kids going to prison and people shot in the streets by thugs that have no identification and none of them are wearing a uniform. One's in jeans, one's in khakis, one's in, combat boots, and the other one's in, like, workman boots. You know what I mean? Like, they're not in a uniform.
Well, I can't remember where I saw this, but there was a video of, it was like there was at an intersection and it was somebody filming across the corner. So it was like cattywampus or catty corner away. And it was like 5 guys tackling a person and the guy shouts, "Hey, you're on video." And they fucking scatter.
I saw that video.
I don't know where I saw it. I just and that's the problem. I mean, the little girl that got tear gassed in Portland this weekend, like that just kind of comes and goes, but those images fucking stick.
They all stick with it. I've seen that video. I know what you're talking about, and they do stick in my mind.
They
just
do
like,
stick.
you know, and that's why we cannot stop on this. Yeah.
I hate to say this.
Go ahead.
I hate to say this, but people are paying attention, and I know people might get mad at me, but because it's fucking white people is why they're paying attention now.
I agree with you.
A white woman died, a white man died, and a little white girl got tear gassed this weekend.
Yeah. I agree. But we've
It's
been
sad
outraged
reality,
about
dude.
this. We were outraged when they separated families in the first administration. I was.
Yeah.
Regardless of their fucking skin color. So GOP says it'll take a lot more than eyewitness testimony, photos, DNA, toxicology reports, victim statements, wire transfers, emails, flight manifests, phone records, surveillance logs, bank records, audio, video, and a total confession from them who believe Trump's Epstein ties were more than coincidental. I mean, Jesus Christ. The people who are named in the Epstein files. You got Trump, Musk, Michael Jackson, Bill Gates, Leonardo DiCaprio, George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Prince Andrew, Cameron Diaz, Bruce Willis, Kevin Spacey, Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Mick Jagger, George Lucas, Tony Blair, Mohammed bin Salman, which, you know, that's a biggie. John Kerry, Ted Kennedy, Robert F.K. Jr., Minnie Driver, Peter Dalglish, I'm sorry, Talib. I don't know. I don't know. Some of these names I can't even pronounce. Michael Bloomberg, Woody Allen, Alan Dershowitz, Ghislaine, Andrew Cuomo, Phil Collins, Larry Summers, Ahud Barak, Barack, listen to me. Chris Tucker, Les Wexner, Leon Black, Glenn Dublin, Jean-Luc Brunel, Peter Mandelson, Lynn Rothschild, Ahmed bin Jasmine, a bunch of fucking names I can't fucking pronounce.
That's one of the sultans of Bahrain.
Who are they?
Well, I forgot the name. My husband has a list. And the one is the Sultan of Bahrain.
God.
Mm-hmm.
And just to remind you guys, Jeffrey Epstein in the first batch dump, it says, recall, this is from Jeffrey Epstein to Larry Summers from Harvard. Recall, I've told you, I've met some very bad people. None as bad as Trump. Not one decent cell in his body. So yes, dangerous. Just remember that. Just keep remembering that Jeffrey Epstein, a massive pedophile ring worldwide.
I can tell you more about the connection to Leo.
Said that Dinky was the worst.
Oh, thank you.
Go ahead.
Me or
yeah, go ahead, Lindsay.
Okay. Leo dated this woman. I think her name is Alicia. And that's what there's an email chain between she and Jeffrey Epstein, and it's Alicia. I don't know her last name. But so she calls Jeffrey Epstein Love Bunny. Let's just lead with that. And in this email chain, sorry?
The girlfriend of Leo.
Girlfriend. Yeah, of Leo. And in this email chain, they're talking about like trying to attract younger women. And she's talking about like that essentially. So I don't know anything more than that. I just highly sus. That is all. But,
well, that's what I think. There's so many. You pull on one thread of this little cabal, this massive cabal. You pull on one thread, it unravels. Dr. Aida, go ahead.
Since you were mentioning a list, I've gotten some more names from that one. Okay. Since I told you about the one with Sultan Bahrain. His name is Sheikh Khalid bin Ahmed Al Khalifa from Bahrain. From Egypt, Mr. Ahmed Abul Ghait. From Kuwait also, Sheikh Dr. Mohammed Sabah As-Salem As-Sabah. Long one, right? Long name.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce any of these names, but where? So you're telling they're Kuwait. So where are they from again? Kuwait and where?
Well, from Kuwait. First one was from Bahrain. The second, Egypt. The third one, Kuwait. The fourth one, Lebanon. Mr. Saad Harari, Prime Minister. That was that's the other Rafik Harari's son, the one, the father who was the one who was killed also in a bomb attack in Lebanon. So then the son is there, Dr. Saad Harari, Prime Minister. From Luxembourg, Mr. Jean Asselborn. From Morocco, Mr. Tayyib Fassi Fihri. From Nigeria, Henry Odain Ajumogobia. From Pakistan, Makhdoom Shah Mahmoud Qureshi. From Portugal, Mr. Luis Felipe Marques Amado. From Qatar, Sheikh Ahmed bin Jassim bin Jabbar Athani. From South Korea, Mr. Yu Myung Juan. From Spain, Miguel Ángel Moratinos Cuyaube. The Ministry of Interior from Spain, the old one. From Switzerland.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All these are all people are mentioned in the fucking Epstein files. They're all worldwide. You see how big this is, people. You see why this motherfucker couldn't be taken down, because when you pull on that thread, you pull on the most powerful people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going. Go a little faster, though, if you could.
Two more names, okay? Switzerland. There's a woman, Miss Micheline Calmi Rey. And then the United Arab Emirates. That's His Royal Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan. That's it.
You know what I noticed about all those names, Diane? Where has Dinky been doing his deals this term?
With them.
A majority in all those countries. I can safely say that the two countries that I can think that he hasn't done anything is Portugal and Spain. Switzerland, he's done a deal with. Pakistan, he's done a deal with. Qatar, he's done a deal with.
Hold on.
UAE, he's done a deal with.
I wonder if anybody else in the chat or if Dr. Aida remembers that they're trying to get Baron Trump to marry the Princess of Switzerland. Dr. Aida, you know about this.
The Princess of Denmark.
Oh, the Denmark.
Yes.
Denmark, the country they just pissed the fuck off?
Yes.
To get the girl as a dowry.
I'm not joking about this. This was a headline. Dr. Aida.
I would love...
I
would love for that to happen. They make Baron move to Denmark, and then they go, fuck you for Greenland. We're keeping Greenland, but we're keeping Baron.
No.
Baron has to live over here.
Baron, no, because men own everything. No, but Dr. Aida, please go on with this. Because I heard this, and I was like, no. Baron's gay. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Allegedly. But go ahead.
I mean, there are beards.
May I? Thank you. It came out on all the internet in Europe, even the Independent, etc. You can find out that there's a princess, I forgot her name, from Denmark, and she was that they were trying to get Baron to marry her so he can give, because they want to get a dowry as you give Greenland as a dowry. Come on, that's absurd.
What are we in medieval days when? No, this shit doesn't roll like that anymore. By the way, like
no, it doesn't.
The thinking behind this is just medieval and weird.
He's been watching too much Excalibur,
or or Game of Thrones, or
yeah,
the Gilded Age.
Well, what I would like to say, something that I've been trying to say all along, was if you remember 2 weeks ago or something that you went out for break, and we were going to show the famous we're going to release all of those recordings, and I started talking about the illusory truth effect. You remember that?
Yeah.
So actually, yes, I was right all along. I checked also. There was about 2 days ago that Stephen Hassan had a conversation with Rick Wilson from the Lincoln Project, and they were discussing again the same thing, that this is the illusory truth effect. We're trying to get into, Trump is trying to get into this whole thing, so everybody believes, well, if we have all these things, well, if they keep on continuing this. These words and these statements, then that has got to be true, and that's not it. You see, so that's what they're trying.
You mean when they repeat, the 2020 election was stolen? When you repeat a lie over and over and over again, that's what you mean.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the illusory truth effect.
Right.
So this is a combo. Of course, with Bannon saying flood the zone, and then now it's flood the zone with the illusory truth effect. And we're going on turbo. It's like turbofan.
Right. Is that why we're feeling a little all like
overwhelmed?
Our head is spinning and I feel, totally overwhelmed. And
exactly.
And I feel like I don't know how anybody absorbs any of this, and how I feel like I need to do an 8-hour show to cover all the shit that I have fucking, that I have seen in the last couple days. I mean,
that's how it feels. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
That's what they want to try. That's what they're trying doing this. So many people will say like, well, perhaps they're true. No, it's not true. It is the illusory effect. So they just have to what? If we want to also help each other and keep ourselves sane, then exactly to keep our sanity, then we need to, whenever you get any kind of information, write it down. If you have a phone or a computer, whatever, just like a click copy. Oh, exactly, just like that. Click your. Oh, wait. Ouch, Titi.
I wrote 6 pages of notes for today. Did I? And it's 4 minutes from the end of the show.
Mm-hmm. So then just get out.
I know I spent a lot of time concentrating on one thing because I felt that nobody is going to see this. This is just a hand-picked one thing.
Yeah, but we as a team here, we need to, even like everybody, all of us.
Yes.
Like Lindsay, you, Tony.
Pulling all this information together.
Exactly.
That's why
everybody.
That's why I keep saying, please either email it or send it to the Blue Sky, so that in the next 48 hours, when I'm collecting more information for the show, that it's in those at least 2 places, so I don't have to go here, there, everywhere, bing, 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 bing. You know what I mean? Like, it's too much. It's already too much to deal with. And so that's why I really appreciate everybody who contributes to the show and sending me information and sending us stuff on our email, 21stcenturysuffragettes@gmail.com. And concentrating it on Blue Sky too, because then I can just go bing, bing, bing and go through all this shit and not have to go and I'm searching out for stuff by myself too, right?
We're
So
just overwhelmed.
it's
You're
so much.
overwhelmed
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
So
And
we need everybody to help. Everybody has to help.
well, and that's another thing is like, you know, if you guys want to know all the stuff that I missed that I can't cover on the show, you know, please go to Blue Sky because that's where I'm concentrating all to. And this is stuff I don't have time to cover. I wanted to cover this woman who was being abducted. She went out to warm up her car, Aida, and she was speaking Spanish. And nobody knew what the hell she was saying because this is in Minneapolis. And an ICE guy is like holding onto her arm. She's on her phone with somebody else. And she's saying, you know, I think she's saying, you know, come get my kids, blah, blah, blah. I don't know exactly what she was saying because, you know, I have very limited Spanish ability. But this is something I've been wanting to cover on the last several shows. I can't get to it. I can't get to it because there's so much more shit that we have to. We covered barely anything from ICE today. No.
Well, just give me the video, so I'll just I'll sit down and
translate it. Oh.
And repeat it over and over again until I get the translation. You know, whenever you have any kinds of Spanish translations or any language translations, give them to me.
All right, so I will dig for this, and you're on Blue Sky, so I'll send it to you, and I'll be like, what are they saying?
I got this thing from Tizzy about Trump.
Oh, Tizzy has something about Trump, and Tony wants to play it before the end of the show. There's so many things I want to play before I end the show. I can't even.
You remember how when Donald Trump took office, all these right-wing news outlets are like, he's refusing his salary as president for the next 4 years. And they love that. Like, oh, look how selfless he is. He just wants to make America great. He doesn't care about the money. He doesn't care about the $400K or so a year. He didn't care about that. That's not why he's doing it. And this is still a thing that MAGA loves to talk about. I did a quick search on Twitter and literally found this post made today where they're still saying, my president donates his salary. He's so selfless. Is he now? Is he? I want to show you a little breakdown of what Trump has done to make himself money over the past year because, you know, knowledge is power. I have a visual aid that's going to help with this. I'm going to show you some animations, and I want you to understand going in that each little stack of money that you see fall in these animations represent the median household income of the United States, the average, of $83,730. So each time you see a clump fall, it represents $83,730. Let's kick this off. The Trumps have made at least $23 million from licensing Mr. Trump's name overseas since his reelection. This is just licensing overseas, having nothing to do with licensing in America. Next up, the Trumps are pocketing $28 million from Amazon for a documentary about Melania Trump. $28 million. And let's do a quick sidebar here. That's out of $75 million that they spent in total. It's like $48 million for acquisition and the rest for promotion. And despite all that money being spent, it sold exactly one ticket for the London premiere. One. This is the most expensive documentary ever made. And that money makes no sense unless this was a way to give someone a bunch of money in a laundered fashion that you don't ask questions about. But let's get back to the count. Major tech companies and media companies have paid Mr. Trump $90.5 million in settlements since his reelection. Settlements for lawsuits that he filed against them. Next, Qatar gave Mr. Trump a $400 million jet that he will use as Air Force One while president, and then plans to take with him after leaving office. But so far, that's all been chump change because the Trumps have made at least $867 million through various cryptocurrencies. Remember, he pardoned that guy who was part of a whole crypto deal. They have that little crypto thing of their own. All these dots, remember how much money they represent? Just piling up, adding up to $1.4 billion. All told, Mr. Trump has profited from his return to the presidency by an amount of money equal to 16,822 times the median U.S. household income. Take $83,730 and multiply it by 16,822 and you arrive with this. And I got to tell you, there are those who say this number is conservative, that he's actually made somewhere in the neighborhood of $3 billion. In closing, the demands of avarice gradually corrupt the work of government as officials facilitate the accumulation of personal wealth. Worse, such a government corrupts the people who live under its rule. They learn by experience that they live in a society where the laws are written by the highest bidder. And in this case, it's Donald Trump.
It's so easy to become a podcast.
Jesus. Okay. I see where I'm going wrong. Because I'm an idiot. Anyway, we're at the end of the show. Ladies, I know Lindsay already gave her closing statement per video, but you want to say anything else before we go?
That was it. Hey, they're losing and they know it, and they're calling and saying that we're right, or that we were right. That all of our fears were not hyperbole. They were not fear mongering. They were that we were fucking right. And I mean, I always tell you that I listen to the sirens. He's a fucking siren. I'll tell you what set him off at first. He and his wife are trying to go through IVF. It's like something that people don't know about Andrew Schultz. And if you remember during the 2024 campaign, Dinky said that he was going to have government pay for IVF, if you recall. And when that didn't go through, was like the first drop in the bucket for Andrew Schultz to start stepping out for, So that, I say that to tell you that he still has to be personally fucking affected for him to start withdrawing his support.
Right.
But I am glad he's saying it. I'm glad he's saying it in front of Charlemagne the God, because don't get me fucking started on that motherfucker. And I'm glad that it's getting to an audience that normally wouldn't care or hear about this stuff. That's why it matters. Go ahead, Dr. Ayan.
Breathe in, breathe out. Meditate, do mindfulness, because we're here for the long run and it's going to be tougher. That's all I can say.
I say, it's like rip off the Band-Aid. Fuck everyone. I am furious. I am so fucking pissed off that I'll sit here behind my computer for fucking 8 hours digging through this horse shit that I have to fucking listen to. And nobody else is looking at it. All you right-wing Congress people, you're like, I don't know. I didn't look at it. I nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to say. When you're in the same room with these motherfuckers.
You suck.
You're in the same room with these motherfuckers and you're going to tell me there's nothing to see. Are you sure about that? You want to...
Because they're fucking Nazis.
Because they're fucking pedophiles. You want to stake your reputation and your legacy on this fucking child predator and all his fucking accomplices that all of a sudden miraculously end up in Dinky 2.0? We're all hysterical and we're all out of our minds and we're all, oh my God, yeah, no, that can't be true. No, you guys are way out of touch. Oh, are we now? When I had a dude in my chat saying he was going to fucking jerk off to me. Fuck all these people. You're sick.
Fuck a stranger in the ass.
You are sadistic, sick-ass motherfuckers if you still support this regime. He's not a president. He's a criminal. adjudicated rapist, 34-time convicted felon, indicted for 91 felonies, and he never was prosecuted for those. Just the $500 million he owes to goddamn New York City. Still
what's interesting?
Still owes $90 million to E. Jean Carroll. Refuses to pay her even after she won her fucking cases. I don't know how many fucking years ago. I'm sorry, Lindsay, go ahead.
Michael Cohen is still calling on his Substack for the release of the files. Bro, you're in the fucking files. Are you sure you want that? Because
never trusted that motherfucker.
I have a fucking feeling he's in the fucking files.
Oh, he is. We already know it.
I wish he would go on with Lev Parnas. I really do.
His lawyers wrote someone, and maybe the FBI or somebody, an email saying Cohen's got dirt on Dinky. He's ready to talk while Cohen was in prison because he heard Dinky say stuff about Epstein. Bitch, you were in the middle of it. You were in the middle of shutting down fucking Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal and guess who else? Jane Doe, a.k.a. Katie Johnson. You even admitted on the Tara Palmieri show that you had a private investigator find out who a Jane Doe, a.k.a. Katie Johnson, was. And you found an empty parking lot and it led to nowhere. Well, guess what? That's why survivors give fake names and fake addresses so you can't send your fucking goons after them.
And I can't remember who Katie Johnson's lawyer was, but it was like, I don't think it was Allred, but it was somebody with like a legit reputation. Like this was fucking real. Like,
well, we know from Jay Megan, who has been deep diving into all this shit, that she is exposing all of the lawyers for the Epstein victims to have been in contact with fucking Epstein himself.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Being paid off to make this shit go away and elongate it and fucking let it go. And we're finding all this shit out now. And that's why I'm saying, you guys, heads on a fucking swivel. Send me anything you see at 21st Century Suffragettes gmail.com. If not, on Blue Sky. Because guess what? I'm compiling information like this so I can give it to you guys so you guys can see all of it. Right? You can see what I'm seeing. You can see what Lindsay's seeing. You can see what everybody's seeing from all over the country. And we can compile the information as a collective. Because that's like what we need to do. The 3 million, I can't go through 3 million. You need a whole team. You need 1,000 people going through 3 million fucking documents. So, look, I love you guys. Thank you so much. I've been keeping you late. I want to thank everybody in our chat and all of our moderators. Thank you guys so much for being here. Stephen Leach, hello family, and thank you for the $5. And Stephen Sayers, thank you for being a member. And again, Stephen Leach, another $5. You ladies are the force to be reckoned with from the bottom of my heart. Oh, sweet. And so
thank you.
No, we really appreciate it. And it's just, this shit's heartbreaking. Patrick, thank you for being a member. And Kathy Logan, thank you for the $10. We are 1 degree of being ingrained in Raphaides in the I don't know, in the 80s. Do you know what this refers to? RAFFIKGED in the 80s? Doctor? Kathy Logan, we are all 1 degree 1 degrees of being ingrained Rafi Kajid in the 80s. Do you know what that is? RAFFIKJED in the 80s. I don't know what that's referring to. But, you know.
I'll have to view it again.
Okay. Wayne, thank you for the gifted 20 memberships. Oh, my God. Again, Wayne, a champion of the suffragettes. Our own suffragettes. We love you guys, and thank you so much for supporting us ladies here on the show. We need you suffragettes on our side. We need you to go out there and be like, this shit ain't right.
You guys need to grow some balls.
This shit ain't fucking right.
Man, did you see her tell the world that MAGA is a lie yesterday? Talk about MTG and fucking sirens.
I mean, I did see it, but I was like, honey,
I don't
but
care
you
to give
still
her any
go
airtime,
on, you still go on like whatever shitter and say weirdo fucking shit. So she can say that in one moment, but she's still a fucking lunatic. So don't trust MTG.
Fuck you.
I don't trust her.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
You suck.
But she's a siren, and I'm going to be I have a feeling also, here's something that we didn't consider. Why did he release so much of the Bannon Epstein interview? Is he trying to burn Bannon? Because Bannon has been talking bad about the oligarchs and the tech billionaires recently. So
they're trying to wash their hands. You don't know that.
Maybe.
Especially that Georgia bitch. Sorry.
She ain't going anywhere. She's going to be lurking in the fucking
SFL,
shadows for the rest of her
SFL,
days.
I love you so much. You're always like, can we do a Zoom? Can we do a Zoom? Can we do a Zoom? SFL, I love you so much. And honey, we'll be doing something soon. Just, I am getting my new music board tomorrow. I'm going to have to see if it works. So anyway, I love you guys so much, and stay strong. We've got to fight this with all we got, right?
Fight.
And I mean fight this with our hearts, our minds, our morality, our words.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not condoning violence or anything like that. I'm saying fight. Fight with your dollars. Ban all these motherfuckers. These rich billionaires, quit ordering from fucking Amazon. Get over it. Go to the fucking store. Drive to a store where they actually sell something and pick it up yourself. Oh my God.
Just remember Bad Bunny's words.
Yep.
Fight with love.
Fight with love.
We're not animals. We're not savages.
Mm-hmm.
We are Americans.
That's true. It's so true.
Can't wait for fucking Super Bowl and watching everybody lose their goddamn minds about Bad Bunny.
And the whole anti-Super Bowl with Kid Rock and all these losers.
If you recall last year, Kendrick Lamar was the one that won all the Grammys, and then he did the Super Bowl. So the same thing is happening again with Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny ran away at the Grammys the other day. And so he's getting a lot of publicity this week because of his statements at the Grammys. And then he's going to go in and roll the fucking Super Bowl. And he's performing in a fucking dress. Fuck yes.
Well, there's rumors of it. We don't know about it yet, but I guarantee, he's going to wear something.
Bro,
he's going to wear something outrageous. And I have no problem with it. I have no problem with a man in a dress. You know what? My buddy, who's a Scotsman, would come over to my house and vote. He would vote wearing a kilt.
Yeah.
And he dare anybody to fuck with him with his fucking kung fu licenses and all that stuff. So anyway, I love you guys, and peace out. And we'll see you, we'll see you on Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to hang out, subscribe, like, share, whatever you can do. And, hit up our Venmo if you can. because, you know, we're getting taxed to fuck all by YouTube for all the money that you guys spend here. Just saying. Love you. Peace out. We'll see you Thursday.
Later,
Convicted felon Donald Trump has been found guilty and guilty and guilty and guilty, guilty and guilty, guilty and guilty and guilty, guilty-ish, guilty adjacent, guilty-esque, also guilty and ilty gay, guilty, very guilty, repeatedly guilty, incredibly guilty, extra large guilty, extra crispy guilty, diet guilty, lemon scented guilty, family size guilty, tartar control guilty, and lastly, not guilty.
Shut this motherfucker